Alright guys, so got a full battery, a couple other batteries. I got this battery and another battery for the light, so it should be pretty good for this. So steering column, not that hard. This bracket is actually this bracket. It's just an extra. I could paint this thing before I put it in. I really don't care. There's really not a whole lot you have to do to these to put them in. You literally have, like, this one's been cut. You have to pull these plugs out of the old steering column. There's this plug here on this side you got to unplug, which is for your ignition. And then you have this plug you got to unplug and plug back in. And then you got this guy here, and then this guy here, and then right here you have three, I think they're 13 mils. Looks like the gasket got ripped off on this one, which I really don't care. And then there's one bolt here that goes down to your steering shaft, which I will show you is here. So that bolt hole is this bolt here. And the other three bolts that you've seen, I showed you, there's one here, and one underneath, and one over there. So you have to undo this, get this out, and then go inside and start doing the rest. Yeah, fun. So let's get this shit underway. I'm gonna say, I think it is like a 15 mil. It's got my trusty ratchet wrench. Yep, 15. Holy crap, man. Them things on there. Huh. Okay, so now, since it wants to be a pain in the butt, listen, that don't even go to that set, I don't think, but whatever. Maybe it does. Go ahead and double wrench this thing. Okay, pull this guy off here. You want to hold the one side in right here where my thumb's at, right here, because it will slide out. And then it'll just sit there and spin, and you think that's not all the way out. So tap that guy, pull that out. Put this in the trusty spot where we always put stuff there. And then actually this thing, wow, surprisingly the whole shaft moved down. Like the whole steering column, look. See the column? Watch. Here. Watch this. When in all actuality, this should just come down out of there like that. And that's pretty good, because then, see how that goes back up. Pull this down some more, like so. And then when it's time to pull it out, it should just pull right on out of there. Now, the rest of this is up under the dash. Kind of sucks. It's a tight space. Pain in the ass to work. And my light's huge. but try to get this done if possible. Okay, so here's all your plugs. Here is one of them here. So you take, lift this side up here, like so. Wiggle, wiggle. Boom, that one's out. Then you got your, let's see, yeah, that's your brake pedal switch. Wow, that's pretty loose there. For some reason, it looks like somebody had tapped into the brake pedal switch for that, which makes no sense, but whatever. Yeah, so the 3 bolts that hold the steering column in are there. 1, 2, 3, and then you've got this guy here and this guy there. I'll have to pull this trim piece down that I had put up before that was missing. These are 8 mils. I'll pull this down because the whole column is going to come down. Sometimes it is easier to pull the plugs off when the column, when it is in. Oh wow, that's crazy. That part just broke. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, this is the column side, I believe. So this part should lift up and this should pull out. Sometimes you got to push them in and then lift up on the tab. And it pulls out like that. Yeah, because this is the car side, this is the column side. The other one that I think was cut goes into here. This guy. I'm gonna kill my battery with this light being on, but whatever. Look, some wires right here that are ran into some stuff here that I don't know what they're for. But whatever. Let's try to get this out of here. There's one on the top and one on the bottom. Squeeze those together. Just try to push out one side first and then pull the clip on the other side. The only problem with that is when you pull one, the other one pops back in. So let's try to get under here and do both if possible. Oh, come on. All right, guys. Have to give me a second. Let me get this off. All right, guys. So pull these out. I got that plug out. Pull these bolts out here. Try not to drop them behind the carpet. I know the one's a pain in the ass because the frickin' gas pedal's in the way right there. You gotta use a swivel for that one. Let's see here. Middle finger is just not happy on my right hand. I think I tore a tendon in my middle finger on my left hand and it's not happy. It hasn't been happy for a while since it happened like 2 weeks ago at work. So I don't know. Let's slap the old with a little ski on here. Let's see if we can get that last one off. Ooh. Well, it's not happy. Well, let's check this out. Let me see something. Take the swivel off. If I'm mistaken, you can still get on it. You just gotta push it out of the way, kind of. Yeah, because once you break it loose, it comes right out without a problem. Which is what it just did. Alright, now to go get the small socket to pull this trim piece off. There's one other thing I forgot to tell you guys when I showed you the steering column out there, is that there's this one cable, this piece that locks in up here. It just pushes, unlocks, slides out, and slides back in and locks in. It's real simple. When I get it down, I'll show you what I'm talking about. We gotta get some different tools here. Let's see. Yeah, that cable piece. Forgot where it locks in at. Somewhere on here, somewhere. I don't know. It locks into this thing somewhere over here or something. I don't know. It's been a while. I haven't done a steering column in a while, so bear with me, guys. Let's get some other tools. All right. Well, let's see what we got going on in here. Oh, what is this? 7? The 8's kind of big. 7. Let's pull this trim piece off. The clip fell out of the other section. Yeah, the clip fell out of right here because it's like half broken. This one, that goes here. Halfway fell out. All right, so now that's done, and this is out of the way. Now put that stuff there. Next step is these guys here to drop the column down. And the column, I'll tell you, is kind of heavy. It's not fun to deal with. I want to say these are, I think it's a 15. If you don't have a deep well, it's not that big of a deal. How I do it normally, if I don't, oh no, it's definitely not a 15, it's probably a 13. How I do it is, the socket does fit on, but if it don't, you just stick it on enough just to grab and then break it loose, and then it just comes right off. You spin it, pull it right down. Oh yeah, guys, and safety first. So before you actually do this, I know my light is on in here. Before you do any of this, you should unhook the positive or the negative on the battery so that you're not running the risk of arcing anything, having any issues. I will let you know that when you lower this down, I always put my head underneath it to try to hold it up, and I lower it because, like I said, it is somewhat heavy. So I'm gonna drop that bad boy down. And it just falls right down like that. And then also we have, let me see, as usual, My phone is in my back pocket, which is not good for when you want to sit down. A brand new $1,200 phone. So, now you can check and see what all is left hooked up. That plugs off, that plugs off. So we got this black one and this blue one. I'm trying not to crack my sill plates because all this shit is so old. So we got one clip right here. I thought this was a tilt column. That's another reason why I think I was getting rid of it, is because it's not in tilt. So if you guys can see that, got the one tab there. If I pull the plugs like that, I try to pull all of them by the wire so that there's not an issue. There's this one here, push down on that. That one comes out off to the side. And then you can actually, at this point, oh my good old, it's expensive, but it's worth it. Sign that I put on the steering column way back when I bought it. You can actually kind of wiggle it and spin it so you can get it past. And remember, I just had to move it a little bit to get it off of that steering shaft. The only other thing we need to pull off is the cable that locks into this piece here, which I think it's pretty simple. I can't remember. I think you push in on something and then just pull it right back out and it comes right out. I always had problems with them. Yeah, my good old key, look. Wee, me. So I think the car was stolen at one point. But, let me play with this a little bit because I want to roll it to where those three, that triangle piece where those three 10 mils were. You need to rotate the column so it's flat, and then it passes away. You kind of want to give it some jerking so that you can break it off of that steering shaft that's out here. See if you get it off there. Once it's off there, it's pretty much a cakewalk. Let me see. It should have already came off. There it goes. Okay, so that's off of there. I would upgrade the steering shaft to one of Chris Hendren shafts, but I don't really need it in this car because it's not a super duper race car or anything. So yeah. See who messaged me. Oh, it was the ring. Alright, so now you would want to rotate it to where that triangle piece there is kind of out of the way, and then you try to wiggle and jiggle and rotate, and then get it through the firewall, which is being a pain. Also, that freaking cable, I gotta figure out how this cable comes out. Totally forgot. I gotta remove this cable. I gotta get this bad boy out of here because it literally just comes out and then it lays to the side. You snatch the column out, and then that's the first thing you put back in, and then start putting your easy plugs in, and then put it all back up and back together, and that's basically it. But give me a minute, guys. I'll probably just like jump to when I'm done. All right, guys, so The swap wasn't as easy as I thought. There is a cable when I showed you guys that you have to unhook. I didn't really show you in the video thus far. This stupid freaking cable right here has these two screw holes that are right here. These little screws right there. And on the steering columns, let me get out of here, get this door, and I slam the fucking steering column in the door, just like everything else. Par for the course tonight. So if you look here, those two screw holes screw into here. The screws go through this way into that and that cable, and there's this little hook right here where it locks in. But if you look at this one, which is the one that came out of the car. If you look at this one here, it's got them at the top. This one is at the bottom. So the problem I was having is, this is the new column, and I had them at the top instead of the bottom. I need them at the bottom. So what I ended up having to do was, these are just rods and these are sensors. So I had to pull these screws out, pull this off of this rod here, pull this screw out, pull this one off this rod, and switch them. So technically that rusty old one over there belongs on this column, and vice versa. And I had also noticed that on the plugs, the location of these pins were different. So I had to switch them over. So now this is ready to actually go in the car. And then also, I matched up the colors on these, they're the same. But this, I'm not sure what it's for. And it's not needed from what Mr. Hendren says. So now I'm going to go ahead and try to install this thing. It has not been a very good night so far. I'm trying to get as much done as I can, and every time I open the door, I keep hitting the damn headers on the door, or hitting the door with the headers. This damn fender fell down. It was up higher. All this shit's falling down. I'm tripping over shit. Oof. So far it's been one hell of a night. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna try to get this bad boy in here. I normally put my earbuds in so I can still talk and record. I am tired. It is probably 11 o'clock. Sorry guys, but I have been up since 1:15 this morning. I worked 12 hours. So I'm gonna try to get this column in here. And then once I'm done with that, there's honestly nothing else that I can do besides time the car, and I can't do that. I could put the rims and tires on it, possibly add some fluids to it, but I can't really do that until it's heated up for the antifreeze and the trans fluid. I know it's down like about a quart of oil, and I actually just have an extra quart of oil I could throw in it, but I should technically change it. Oh gosh, sorry guys, fuck, I'm so tired. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and slap this column in, and then I'll get back with you guys. So now I got full batteries, and I got batteries for my lights, and we'll figure I have all this when I'm tired and ready to fall asleep. So let me get this damn thing back in here, and basically putting it all back in is the reverse of how I took it out. So yeah, and yes, I am almost 100% positive that you do not have to take those screws out and pull this whole housing up. I know for a fact that this cable here, somehow, I gotta figure out how it comes out, but there's a way, I think it's this right here. I think it's actually right here. I think you push this black clip in, and the whole cable piece comes out. And you put this back on, you leave it on the column, but the only thing is you can't, it's hard to get in there. You slide a screwdriver behind here and try to give pressure to pop the cable. This piece stays on the column and the cable comes right out. And then when you put the new column in, you just slide the cable in and it just clicks and locks in. So I'm going to take this thing off and put it back on the column and then get the column in. And I will be back with you guys here in a minute. Alright guys, so my eyes are burning. Wow. As you can see, smoke in the haze. God. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know what happened with this steering column thing. It's fucked up. It's weird. It's backwards, man. It's like, okay, so like if you look right here, like you can barely see, but now you see this, see the key, right? Okay, that's in the off position. So this is the off. So to like start it, you turn it back this way and click it and it starts it. To get the key out, you have to push it in, turn it all the way back and like lock it, and then fight with it back and pull the key out. But this is the start position. That's why the brake light's on. And I haven't tried starting it off the key yet, but I did start it, so I'm gonna turn this forward to like just shut it off. So something's wrong with the column. I'm glad I didn't hook up the steering shaft yet, but I got it all up in there. I'm really tired, so I'm not going to finish this. No, it's midnight. I'm beat. I'm gonna grab my GoPro batteries and my GoPros. Stuff. I stink. Oh, I smell like freaking really rich running car. I did, surprisingly, I mean, it kind of sucks, but check this out. Okay, so my brother-in-law bought me, a big vest bought me this badass, super autumn badass timing light, right? Only problem is, put it on the #1 spark plug, I melted it because it had to sit here on the wire. Unless, I didn't think about it, if I trace it, it technically is the longest wire that comes out, which would be, this would be 1. So I didn't think about it. I can actually put it here. But I had it right there and it was melting. But I fired it up. Fired it up. Got surprisingly it started and idled, and it was revving pretty high, and I hooked up the timing light. Started looking at the time, I advanced it to like excuse me, like 8 degrees or so, and it was pretty good. And then I rapped on it a couple of times and it was still kind of cackling and popping. Like, it needs to be adjusted. The carb needs to be adjusted. I wish I could get Old Man Bill from Old Man's Garage, SRC, to come out here and help me with this. But yeah, so I revved it up a couple of times. Excuse me, fuck. And it dropped down. It was actually starting to lope. Like, the cam kicked in and it was loping pretty hard, but it was idling really low. It was at like 500, maybe 600. And I mean, the exhaust with the not having the electric cutout on it and all that, and the exhaust is literally under the passenger seat, so it started filling up the car. It's just too much to bear. And I do have a fan up there, and there's another fan that's over there, and I can turn them on, and it'll blow all this shit out of here. But I mean, I really don't care, and I'm tired, so I'm probably gonna go in the house. It is like midnight, maybe 12:30. I'm going to call it a day. Yeah, it's actually exactly midnight right now. I'm pretty sure my wife and my daughter are in bed, and I have somewhere to be early tomorrow morning, which I will probably make a video on also. So, yeah. So basically, I gotta take the column back out, figure out what the hell is going on with that. I think it could have been, and it probably wasn't my fault. When I was looking at them, I clicked the key forward, which disengaged it so the wheel could spin, and then I didn't re-lock it back in position before I put it in, so it probably threw the orientation off, so I have to pull it back out, like play with it or something. I don't know. Call Chris or Ken and see if they know anything about it. But yeah, so the column is half done. Adding fluids will be once the car is warm. I don't think I need the lockup kit, so I don't have to worry about that. I do got to order the electric cutout, throw the rims and tires on it. I do need to kind of check the brakes, but I think I can do that when I take it for a test drive up and down the block, see what the hell is going on with it. Heater core I don't care about. I mean, it's whatever. But I'm like 3 things away from being done with this. So we're doing good. So you guys know I have promo cars for sale. Check them out. You know, let me know if you want any free stickers. Thank you to all the new subscribers. We've gotten a lot of new subscribers here lately. I know the content hasn't been all that. The update videos are not the greatest. It's not even really 3rd gen content most of the time. Yeah, promo cards. If you want promo cards, let me know. If you like free stickers, let me know. I'll send them to you. I have not forgot about a few people that have reached out to me about car parts. I know there's a shifter, and I know a gentleman wants the front bumper cover. I have to get that all boxed up and get shipping quotes on them. I have to do something for Mr. Hendren. I got some other deals and some other things going on. It's been very busy with everything that's going on. So please just bear with me on when it comes to the content, because I'm trying my best to get everything out as much as I can. And it's just the weather hasn't been greatest. It's been raining nonstop. Ken was supposed to come over and help me with this. The rain kind of deterred him some, and then it kind of dropped in temperature. And he's used to his nice heated air conditioned garage with a lift. So basically what I have here, you know, a non-insulated, ancient, damn near falling down 2-car garage is kind of, you know, barbaric and primal compared to what he has. So I mean, it is what it is. He had other obligations, other stuff to do as well that popped up, so I have no problem with it. It'll get put in time. We'll get it together, and then it'll get finished pretty soon. I just got to figure out the steering column thing. That's like the worst thing right now so far. But yeah, like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Share. And yeah, we'll see you next time, guys. Thanks.